Hello, Mouse Diva fans. I have had a couple international viewers ask me, how do they dress for Disney World? What should they pack on their trip on a certain month that they're going? And it occurred to me, a lot of international guests coming to Walt Disney World is not accustomed to the United States weather or even the Florida weather. So I thought I would do just a quick little tip vlog on what to pack, what you need to wear at Disney World.
The window change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone. Catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place I've always known. Home, home. Seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun and spending this summer alone. I'm coming home.
First of all, gotta note, Florida weather is very unpredictable. Everyone is different. Their temperature tolerance is basically based on where they live or where they've lived most of their life. So where I might think it's chilly out, you know, someone from Minnesota is gonna think this feels great. So again, please note, I can give you the facts on how the weather is or the temperature is, but you have to rely on your temperature tolerance, basically. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna kind of start with the winter months, December through February. Instead of just basically starting with January, we're gonna throw December in there also. What I wanna say about the winter is layers. Because at night can get pretty chilly where you would want a sweatshirt, or as they call in the UK, I believe you say a jumper. You would want to bring one of those or just a jacket. You will not need a winter coat in Florida. Even though January of 2015 was unremarkably cold, so cold that I was glad I actually brought mittens. I actually had gloves on many of the nights because it was so cold, but even then I didn't need a winter coat. So don't waste packing that in your luggage. You will not need a winter coat, just layers, because during the day, the morning can be chilly, but then in mid-afternoon it can be pretty warm and you're gonna wish that you had stuff you could shed off. So, t-shirt underneath, a long sleeve shirt or a t-shirt up underneath a sweatshirt. I really like sweatshirts. I like the sweatshirts that have a pocket, well, kind of like this, because that way I can carry around my phone, or I just have somewhere to put my hands if it gets too chilly. The vlogging camera will go in that pocket sometimes. And then in the middle of the day, I can just take it off, roll it up, and put it in my backpack. Or I've actually even tied it around my waist sometimes when we haven't had room in the backpack. If if I've got a group of 3 or 2 and everybody can't get everything into the backpack. So December through February, layers. And bring a scarf. Scarves don't take up a lot of room in luggage, and it's just gonna give you that added warmth, especially if you're accustomed to warmer warmer weather, and maybe if it gets too chilly and you just want to like cover your mouth, there you go. Also for those winter months, if you're a dress wearer, just put leggings up underneath. Because, like I said, it can get pretty cool in the morning and in evenings, and those leggings are just going to give you that added warmth. Plus, leggings help prevent chafing, and y'all know what I mean about the chafing. We'll leave it at that. Now, I'm going to talk about rain, basically, for each month. And I actually have my little notes here. I did some extensive research here. And kept up with it for 3 years on how much it rains, because one of the main things you want to pack is a poncho. And some people I've heard we're just going to buy the poncho at the parks because we don't have that much room in our luggage. Honestly, ponchos don't take up a lot of room. These are what we take. This is a recyclable, made out of recyclable material. I got it at Walmart a few years ago, I think for $6. And you notice I said a few years ago. So this is held up. It's the hooded poncho. It fits nicely and compact in its own little case. We just put them in the backpack. If they get wet during the night, we just air them out after we've shook them outside the room and repacked them back in. And this has lasted year after year. I love these. I know some people do not want to deal with anything extra in their backpack, and they just get those tiny little, from the dollar store, like plastic, like it's just a one wear type of thing. And they'll buy several of those and put them in their backpack and just throw them away after they use them. To me, it rains too much at Disney that I'm not gonna do that. I have to invest in something that I can use over and over. So check wherever they sell camping equipment, and they will have these in their own little cases, and they're thin and they're durable. My other one, I believe, is a Coleman. I think I paid $9 instead of $6, but this one I only paid $6 for. So getting back to how much it rains, we're going to go January, the average from 2015 to 2017. On average, it rained 9 days in January. And, you know, your temperatures are going to range all the way up from the high of being 71, 68, or 74 degrees. This is Fahrenheit for you international, sorry. To down to your low 50s, 52, something like that. In February, you got those exact same temperatures, and it only rained an average of 7 days. And December, it rained an average of 8 days. And December can be a little bit warmer than January and February. The highs will be in the middle of the day, just to let you know, you may be in the low 80s in December. And the high 80s, and your low is going to be more like, 60 degrees. So just letting you know that February will be your coldest month. And I'm going to go into general dressing tips. Don't wear new shoes. I know a lot of people want to go out there. They want to buy new shoes for the parks. Buy them ahead of time and break them in. I'm so warning you. Do not, because you do so much more walking than you normally would at home. And in different, if your feet are going to sweat, that's going to aggravate some friction in your shoes. It could rain, your shoes are going to get wet, so break them in beforehand. My other tip is as many as you can. I know international is going to be hard because you're tight on space on your luggage. I know you're not going to bring as many as I do, but I have brought up to 8 pair of shoes. And I'm not a big shoe person. It's just that I've noticed that if you wear a different shoe every day, you are less likely to get blisters or worn places on your shoes or on your feet, any calluses. And because if I know positively it's going to rain one day, I'm going to wear shoes like Chacos or the Tevas, just because they're great rain shoes. And you really don't have to worry about drying them out at night. Another tip that some people do, they like to wear sneakers. It's all they're going to wear at the parks is their sneakers. Some people have actually brought newspaper and rolled up the newspaper, stuffed it into the tennis shoes at night, and let that newspaper absorb the water, the moisture in the shoes, so they can wear them the next day. Now, granted, you got to remember, I'm going to guess that ink is going to come off in your shoes. So I'm going to guess that's only good for like if you have a dark inside shoe, not if the inside of your shoe is white. I'm just telling you what I've heard other people do. I've never done that because I bring enough shoes that I don't have to worry about the wet ones. I also will bring, because like my husband does not bring many pair of shoes. So I bring Lysol. Now I bring Lysol actually to disinfect the room, but I also bring Lysol to actually spray inside his shoes at night. And that's just, you know, to help with the odor and the germs, people. I'm just saying. Also, because of the rain, if you are going to wear socks and tennis shoes, is go ahead and pack an extra pair of socks inside your backpack. Get a Ziploc bag, and that way after it rains, you take those wet socks off, you put them in that Ziploc bag, and then you put on a dry pair of socks. It's going to make your feet feel so much better. I don't really recommend regular like flip-flops. I actually did wear them once in the park, and even though I felt fine walking around, it started to pour down rain, and we needed to get to the Contemporary, and the monorail was down, so we actually had to like kind of run in a way to the Contemporary. I ended up having to take my flip-flops off my feet because I was slipping around in them so much. It was a type of flip-flop that I just couldn't walk in them, so I actually had to walk barefooted in the rain from part of the way from the Magic Kingdom to Contemporary. So you might want to really rethink wearing those cheaper flip-flops into Disney World. Another general tip, just check the weather the week before your trip. You know, you can check 2 weeks out, 15 days out, but the weather's going to change. So every single day, check that weather and just pack accordingly. Because like I said, you just, in those winter and fall months, you just never know what the temperature change is going to be throughout the day.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I've been all